Hello, Taurus, and welcome to your reading. So, if you see me kind of leaning back pretty far, that's because I have my kitty cat here with me on my lap. He is extra lovey and cuddly today. So, I figured, you know what, I can do both. I can do both a tarot reading and cuddle my cat at the same time. So, Taurus, we are in your season now. We are in Taurus season. And this energy that this season is bringing feels so, it feels how I imagine Taurus to be. Just very grounded, very like fixed to the ground. And it's this slow and steady energy. And I'm gonna talk about this when I do probably Tarot Tuesday's reading, which is gonna come out the day after this one. And yeah, it's just this energy of like slow and steady. Not that things aren't happening, but it's kind of like taking all of this energy that was built up during Aries season and it's now being applied to Taurus season and Taurus being able to stay grounded, being allowed to kind of like rest and allowing all of those things that we were working so hard on to come in. And I feel like with you guys being in your element, you might feel that energy coming in even more for you. Like, I feel like you're really settled in that energy. And if a part of you is still kind of attached to this Aries energy where things were going pretty wild there, um, that's okay. Just know that I think eventually it's probably going to start easing up for you. Yeah. Maybe some of you also have Aries in your chart somewhere, and so like that aspect of your life is still kind of in that energy a little bit. But Taurus, I do really feel like this groundedness for you. You're in, like I said, you're in your season, so you're in your element. And I see you guys feeling so good this season, being in your element, because it kind of feels like you're at home. You're at home. Maybe some of you are finding your home this season. Yeah, but let's go ahead because I'm trying not to like talk about it as like a general collective energy. I'm trying to really focus on your energy, Taurus. But I feel like that's really what your season is bringing in for you and the general collective. And it just feels really nice, slow and steady. But let's go ahead, look into the cards, see what Spirit has to say, because maybe will give us a little bit more insight. I feel like this one wants to come out. Okay, so first we have the Seven of Swords. We have the Three of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Sun. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you are exhausted. Um, and then I feel like this is where this Taurus season really comes in and really helps you find that balance better than when we were like in Aries season with this wild energy, you know? But for you, Taurus, I do see you being able to take that rest that you need and allowing prosperous things to come in. Like I said, not that you're not working, but you're finding a better balance also with community as well, specifically for you guys, Taurus. Um, so I kind of feel like with the Seven of Swords here, there's been some kind of takeaway from you. Like something was kind of taken away, and maybe that was your time and your energy. I'm really picking up on. Maybe for some of you, like you actually did have somebody take something from you, but I'm really more so getting time and energy. And maybe somebody did take your time and energy away. Um, and so I feel like this is also a time, Taurus, for you to really stay grounded with your boundaries as well. And maybe that is something that we've had to learn. And so, yeah, now we're having a better relationship, I feel like, with community, leading better into community, even though we're exhausted. But again, I'm seeing that balance. So, like, something had to leave for you. Something, was taken away, and now we're bringing in that balance. And now we're going to have this happiness come through, this big yes come through. Maybe it is a big yes on like a offer on a house, I'm hearing. A lot of, yeah, it's just Taurus, mainly for you. It feels like a house. Somebody here, I feel like, is really getting that big yes on a house. This one. Yep. We have letter popping out here. A letter. And I feel like this is like an offer. An offer given to you, a contract that you're signing, some form of news. Yeah. So we do have clouds popping out here, which makes sense, especially if we're tired and we were kind of in this state of like, oh, thank you, Sora. I can sit up again. Um, we're kind of in this state of like probably even doubting ourselves a little bit with something, doubting ourselves maybe with what we were working towards, doubting ourselves if things are really going to work out for us. Um, Maybe there are still some like problems lingering that you need to figure out. I'm also getting maybe some misunderstandings. Maybe there were some misunderstandings within this community that you're a part of. And when I'm saying community, I, I know it's really broad, but it can really mean anything for you. So just kind of take what resonates. I'm kind of getting like friends mainly. It's mainly friendship vibes, but I'm also getting like family as well. And family doesn't have to be blood, it can be the family that you've made. Um, and maybe for some of you, this could be community within like a workplace too, but I'm mainly getting like friends that you are really close to, friends that you kind of see as family. But some of you could also be stepping into a new sense of community that's really going to help lead you down this path that's going to lead to the sun. So, yeah, even though we have these doubts, I still, again, see this offer coming in. we have scythe popping out here. So maybe something for you. I feel like this ties along with the Seven of Swords card here, that whatever was taken was also a little bit unexpected for some of you. Maybe came as a little bit of a surprise. But we're also cutting away anything that doesn't serve us anymore. Yeah. So then we can take this rest. You're kind of like, maybe you kind of had too much on your plate. Maybe this past month, and or maybe for a while, like past few weeks, or maybe for the past few months even. Um, and so now you're kind of like cutting down your workload, so then you can take this rest a lot easier. I do feel like there's some more that wants to pop out here. Okay, so waterfall did just pop out, and it's a flood of emotions, but this card is really a flood of emotions in the best way because we're talking about abundance. Um, and that's kind of what I'm feeling, but also I'm kind of getting past energy, maybe current energy, and this is maybe kind of what you're cutting away to, anything that caused you sorrow. And so that's another flood of emotions, but I feel like you're stepping into this season of fulfillment, where now sorrow, tears of sorrow turn to tears of joy. There could have been somebody who deceived you, betrayed you, abandoned you. Some form of toxicity that you're cutting away. And this has actually been coming up a lot with my readings. Wow, okay. Okay, I'll get into those cards that just fell out in just a moment, but I do feel, yeah, like you're cutting away that toxicity and finding a better community that, yeah, that better serves you. Um, again, found community. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a church community, though for some of you it could be. But I kind of take this card as any form of religion, any form of spirituality, it's just this collective community, this collective consciousness, this card says. Um, this card says family values, and that's really sticking out to me. And I really feel like it could be family values for some of you that you're realizing, but I'm also hearing and feeling that this is a sense of value for yourself that you're discovering. This is going along with your letter card. Really like you're getting an offer, but at the same time, really doing the research, really looking things over, examining the fine details, getting clarity, reading documents before you actually sign them. So we're just like approaching this in a very careful way. You're not just jumping the gun on something. You are really making sure that this is right for you. And then this, I feel like, is very specific. These two cards that just popped out, this isn't going to be for everybody, but I do see ring coming through. Ring along with fireworks. And this tells me that somebody here, maybe multiple somebodies here, Maybe getting married this, very soon. I'm hearing more May during Taurus season. Maybe into Gemini season too, but I'm really hearing just the month of May, like a May wedding. And therefore, there's, this contract of marriage, partnership. Um, so marriage is really coming through, but this could also be for some of you meeting somebody um to form a partnership with, to form a relationship with, that's going to be very passionate. But I'm also getting that maybe for some of you, there is a healing happening in your relationship if you're already in one. Or it may just, well, yeah, healing. It's gonna improve. It's gonna get better. Though for some of you, this also could be cutting away somebody. If you're sitting there, this kind of feels like for a small few of you, where I feel like if you're sitting there going, no, I don't want them back, I'm actually trying to leave, then know that that's something that you're actually cutting away. That's the release, okay? Again, it's just taking what resonates. But yeah, there's a form of cycles happening here. Lessons I feel like being learned. And I was hearing lessons of learning to not take on too much that you can't handle and really being able to like pick and choose what you can handle, especially in a week. Okay. Holiday and celebration are on these fireworks cards, and it's really calling out to me, and I'm trying to figure out why. I know Mother's Day is coming up, and it doesn't really matter when you're watching this. I'm just talking about it as like as I'm recording this. Mother's Day is coming up, but if you are watching this like months from now and Mother's Day has already passed, then you can take this as next Mother's Day or next holiday. So yeah, I know Mother's Day is coming up, Memorial Day. So maybe something around that, yeah. But I feel like Memorial Day, that's really getting into Gemini season. And like I said, for some of you, it may happen like that. But I do feel like something happening around Mother's Day, very strongly for some of you. Okay. And I don't usually, do timings, but when they do appear, I feel like I need to talk with them or talk about them. But also, like, don't fixate on Mother's Day or Memorial Day too hard. This is a collective reading, so if it doesn't really happen exactly on that day or even a little bit around that day, that part may not be for you. But if that feels right, then just let it happen naturally. We also have bellows popping out here. Getting things done is really coming out. You are getting things done, Taurus. That stubbornness is coming through. That stubbornness is coming through. Even though you're tired, you're still getting things done. Yeah, we have fish here with resources. Oh, excuse me. Resources, income. That really does tie into Taurus energy here. when we're talking about like some form of wealth coming in. And that could be part of the offer, that could be part of looking over the fine details about something. Maybe for some of you, you are getting a new job or some form of income. Light bulb, a discovery, a reveal about something, enlightenment on something, discovering a breakthrough, realizing these fine details. Let's see. Yeah, as I'm talking about that, we have the yarn card pop out here. I'm talking about complicated circumstances. I do feel like whatever it is that you are cutting away, you kind of have this new realization about it, this new discovery about it, this new epiphany about it. Yeah, that's it. Where it's like you're starting to realize, oh, that's why that happened. So that's why that happened to lead me here. Or that's why that thing had to be cut out so then I can have the energy to be here in this moment, accepting my house, accepting this new job. Again, house is really coming through strongly. It doesn't have to be a house specifically. It could be like an apartment. I'm just using house as just a form of like home, getting a home. Okay. Yeah. And then we have track here with steady forward movement. That's something we were talking about with this Taurus energy, steady forward movement. This card says, I think I can, but I don't really feel like that's taken in a way of you being unsure about yourself. I feel like you're sure about yourself, Taurus. You are sure about yourself. That again, that stubbornness is coming through. Um, so it's more of like I know I can. Again, even though you're tired, I know I can. Especially when you're able to balance action and rest. I know I can. This is also letting you know you are on the right track. Okay, you are on the right track. Even if you need to take that day to rest, you are on the right track. And then we have Stork coming through and also Child. Both of these cards really symbolize new beginnings. Okay, this new chapter in your life. Um, this transformative energy really starting to come through. So I kind of feel like you have been in this energy of really trying to transform your life, restless as well. Really trying to transform your life here. Um, and now, yeah, now we're starting to be able to rest and bring in this new beginning, bring in this new transformation. And now that we're really in your season, Taurus, you're going to start really seeing things come to fruition. I did notice a little bit ago about like pregnancy coming up, but because we didn't have a card popping out here talking about pregnancy, I didn't bring it up. But now with the stork, we do. So somebody here could be getting news of finding out that you're pregnant. Some of you could be becoming a new parent in May. There's just a lot about May coming through for you guys. Not that it's not going to happen at the end of April here, but I really feel like May is when things really start to take off for you. It's kind of like, because As a Taurus, your symbol is the bull, and I kind of just see this bull running like full speed ahead. Not super fast because we still have this steady forward movement, but it's just kind of like that bull is kind of picking up a little bit of momentum. See what else we can get for you, Taurus. And this one. Yes. Okay. Oh wow. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, you are stepping into your fate, into your destiny. And this is also talking about cycles. Yeah, you're really tapping into that energy, this Taurus energy, because you are a Taurus. Wow. Where you're able to find balance and you're able to really take this energy because again, it's you're at home in this energy and really be able to like break things down, brew something new. I love this card because it's also very earthy and I really feel like again, that's your element. You're an earth sign. So, yeah, it's really easy for you to be able to kind of take this grounded, earthy energy and really start like grounding it up and making it your own, making this energy for the best it can be for you. Like it's so easy for you, I feel like. And maybe for you this fire season we were just in with Aries was a little bit too much, and now you're able to really stay grounded and at home, and you're able to feel like you can breathe, and you're like, yep, this is it. Oh, this is my energy. This is where I'm at home. And now let's really get to work and start grounding down, grinding into something, brew something new, blend something new, alchemize what I've been wanting into reality. Alchemizing any kind of past hurt into reality, where it's kind of like you're taking that past hurt and being, um, using that passion, whatever hurt you, and brewing something much better, transforming this into something much better. And then we're going to feel again with this balance between working and rest. You're going to feel more at center. You're going to feel like things are just right, especially as you're in this energy, as you're in your own energy. And you're going to have this sense of feeling of complete. And I kind of see somebody like finally signing those papers for something, whatever that is, and feeling like this is right. This is right. It's complete. What I've been working towards is complete, and now let's keep going and, you know, see what else I can alchemize, see what else I can work towards. There's a sense of equality, and I'm really getting the sense of it's mainly like you with this physical plane and the universe. It's like a balance between you and this and the universe, really bringing in this energy and alchemizing what it is that you need for you during this season. Yeah. But yeah, you are so at home with this energy, Taurus. I kind of feel like I want to get one more tarot card just to kind of round out this reading. That one wanted to come out. Yeah, okay. This card's gonna look scary, okay, but This is actually a good sign for this reading, I feel like, with the Ten of Swords, just this feeling that I'm getting from this, because 10 symbolizes an end of a cycle. So we were talking about how there was this snake energy of like betrayal, deception, and then we are also talking about cutting things away, something being taken from you, and that this is kind of what you feel like right now. But again, it's the ending of a cycle. And so I really feel like you're going to be able to pick yourself back up and be, and again, you're taking things, certain things like off your plate, or like planning things a little bit better so you're not running yourself into the ground. So there's this more sense of balance. Yeah. Or things are going to start kind of letting up on its own, so then you can have this more sense of balance. But I do really think it's also a lesson of like saying no when you need to say no. And being like, maybe not today, I'm too tired, or I'm gonna just do this one thing, and then that's it. And then if somebody's just like, hey, because maybe I'm kind of seeing like you've just had a really busy week, and then you're like, I'm gonna take this weekend to relax, and then somebody comes along, and it's just kind of like, hey, there's this cool thing that's happening. You want to go with me? And you're like, or like, hey, do you want to go to the store with me? But you're tired, but you say yes anyway, even though you're tired. But like, yeah, you're learning to be like, no, I'm just gonna do maybe just this one thing, and then I'm taking the rest of the day to relax, the rest of the weekend to relax. Or you're just kind of immediately just going, no, no, maybe next weekend. I'll see how things go next weekend, but right now I need the rest. I've been doing too much. And like, I don't have a Taurus in my big three, but I do have my Taurus and Mars, so I am also kind of personally relating to this a little bit. Um, but yeah, Taurus. It's an ending of a cycle. I feel like you've learned your lessons. You're brewing something new. You're gonna find this balance. Good things are going to come. Okay, good things are going to come. So let's go ahead and get an affirmation card and your reading on. I like this one. Wanted to pop you guys. Okay, we have, when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. When I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. And so this makes me really feel like that sun card, being guided back to the light. Hmm. When you've, and I really feel like it's like when you've really taken in the realization of why you are in this moment, and you realize, like, oh, that thing happened, so then this can happen. When you realize that that was really the universe working for you, not against you, you will always be guided back to the light. Yeah. Okay. That's really what I feel like Spirit wanted to say to you guys today. So, Taurus, that's all I have. Thank you so much for coming by and listening to this reading. I hope it helped you. I hope it resonated with you. If you like this reading, you can go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe down below. I also have links to my TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook in the description below. So if you'd like to follow me on those platforms as well, you can. But other than that, I'm sending you so much love, healing, and blessings your way. I am really wishing you all the best, and I hope you enjoy your season. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.